Welcome to an Age of Empires forecasted game. We have in the color blue playing as the French, its second biggest fan. And in the north side of the map, in the usual color yellow, playing as the Order of the Dragon, is Order of the Dragon Chat, also known as Beastie Cutie. Welcome everybody to another match of Age of Empires 4. If you are enjoying this content, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to watch more of these matches. Every single day I have a new match coming from top players like these two guys. So make sure to subscribe, do not miss them out. Now it's very funny because Beastie it's in a challenge where he only play Order of the Dragon. He won the last tournament, and one of the things he said is like he wished he wanted to play Order of the Dragon, but he didn't have time to practice. So he's really like excited to just get to know this civilization that there's not much there. It's a little bit of a mystery because the way Order of the Dragon works is that they have better villagers, they carry 40% more resources, and their units are much better, but they occupy two population space each unit. So we're not quite sure what's the right balance between military and economy for the Order of the Dragon. One of the theories was that the Order of the Dragon can actually be a little bit more aggressive compared to his other variant civilization. It's the Holy Roman Empire, where they just, go castle, get the relics, and that's it. And the Order of the Dragon have the potential of, actually being feudal aggressors. So that's one of the theories. Another theory is that, they can also go castle age, to get those relics as fast as possible, just like pretty much play like the Order of the Dragon. The other thing is that their archers are quite strong, so it may be the first time that we see Order of the Dragon using archers compared to the Holy Roman Empire. So it's a lot of questions that haven't been answered yet. On the other hand, the French is pretty much figure out, gonna get that school of cavalry, gonna harass, try to get some villager kills, gonna get that second town center, or just if he decides to go to a feudal push, he will, try to prolong the game in feudal as much as he can. See, walls coming from Beastie at this point is a game indicating that he's not really interested in fighting. He needs some time to get his economy going, and looks like he may go for a castle age himself. Because if you think about these resources, these are a lot of walls, so this could have been into a production building, potentially. And, at this point in the game, you're not really interested in fighting. So the best thing he can do is to wall this area of the map, also gets a relic. So maybe he's thinking about going castle and getting those relics. That's one of the possibilities. Just Wom. I don't know if it's this Wom or is it another guy. We will just call him Wom, okay? So Wom, not really doing a really good job with the scout. Just a little bit annoying, Oh my god. Look at that. And that is the problem, where you let the scout hit a wall that is about to be built. It's like, okay guy, your way then. Like, my way or the highway. Like, it's gonna return here, is like, hey guys, I couldn't finish the wall. Like, there's a scout there that is kind of annoying. And BC actually does the right thing. Jokes aside, he's returning because he knows his opponent has a royal knight, and if this villager is alone, basically this villager is gonna die. And Order of the Dragon villagers cost more food and take longer to train, so you need to be careful not to lose them. And then we see the response for Beastie. Interesting decision. It's gonna be the Horseman instead of the Spearman. Now usually, like, a couple of Spearmen here will actually deal with this annoyance here. You already have the Royal Knight inside of your base. A couple of Spearmen will scare him right away, forcing your opponent to go into archers. But now, actually, this outpost already has emplacements, so gonna have deal quite a good damage to that Royal Knight. Looks like he's not gonna be able to get any villager today. Meanwhile, the Horseman, look at this, 15 damage, like 2 of them do 30 damage, which is... That can actually do a decent job against this. Let's take a look. 2 Horsemen against the Royal Knight. Here you go, you get a charge, and because the Horsemen are faster, they're gonna catch up with the Knight eventually. He needs to fight, right? And look at this Horseman, a couple of them actually doing quite a good job against the Knight. Now, notice that no Horsemen are being built for Beastie. Looks like he's saving those resources to ASAP. Now let's check with his opponent. He already have 6 villagers on gold, which means he may consider to go to Castle Age himself. We see he's saving a lot of resources, so he may go Castle to try to at this point in the game, it's just a race of who goes to Castle first. It looks like Wham is gonna have a lot of gold in the bank. So not the best macro here, unless he plans to do something with that. At this point, when you have a lot of gold, you can think about like, okay, let me get another. Let me get some upgrades here. It's actually a possibility. Nice job with the scout. Like, you only can do this if you have a really nice APM. So we're pretty sure this guy's won, so we should be expecting a really good fight here. This deer will try to go away, but looks like it's not gonna happen. Try to push the deer as much as he can. And now the Horsemen are gonna be inside of one space. Already has a Spearman here. It looks like the scout gonna grab the attention of the Spearman, and the Horseman actually get the first villager kill of the day. Look at that, only one Spearman didn't do much damage to that Horseman. I mean, they have so much health. Order of the Chats about to age up. Regnis Cathedral with 8 villagers. And on one side, it's gonna be the Guild Hall. Interesting choice. We're seeing the Guild Hall more often these days, just because you can save those resources and you can just hit Imperial as soon as you get enough resources. You can just hit Imperial and surprise your opponent. I remember last tournament when we saw Lucifer going into this Guild Hall. He had like 5,000 resources on food saved there. It's like he's gonna have food for some time, and he managed to get. I think he managed to get the Imperial with that. Now the Spearmen are gonna scare those Horsemen. Regnis Cathedral almost finished for Beastie. Are we gonna see a Knight coming from Beastie soon? He doesn't have the gold for one yet. He decided to go for some economic upgrades, but what he has, it's a Scholar. Take a look at the Scholar. Which relic he's gonna choose? It's gonna be the one close to his base. Not gonna be able to go to the other side of the map. Can be a little bit risky, especially when your opponent is the French. Have those knights there. He should be having the map control most of the time. Just Horseman is gonna be annoying here. And we don't see more units coming from Beastie. It might be because they're quite expensive. And there you go. Got the Gilded Knight coming soon for the Order of the Dragon. That Gilded Knight, it's quite something. Looks like the Scholar are gonna be able to get this relic. This Scholar are not gonna be able to get on time here. It's like 2 relics are ready for Beastie. Third one is pretty close to his base, so he should be pretty safe to say that he already has 3 relics. The 4th one already coming pretty soon. Wololo attempt in the middle of the map. No, actually got the knight here from one. Look at that! In the last second, he got the knight. Look at that! Now you have a royal knight. Better a royal knight actually for yourself. It's a huge loss. Nice timing there for the Wololo for Beastie. 3rd relic. There, four relics are ready. So looks like Beastie's gonna be able to get the 5th one. Take a look at his army. He definitely has the numbers. Look at this Gilded Knight. Not gonna be able to do something. And the Royal Knight actually will come to his favor when it comes to getting that relic in that far. Guam is gonna have a little bit of a trouble dealing with these units. Like Knight's gonna charge into the big guy here. Actually, it's gonna be the scout. Nice blocking by Beastie. I don't know if it was intentional, but if a scout's that gets the damage, that's a lot of damage that can get mitigated. And now, looks like this relic is gonna be grabbed by Wams, but I don't think the Wololo is gonna work. More spearmen coming from Wam. And meanwhile, Order of the Dragon don't have any archers to deal with this. Now, it's not the first time we've seen Beastie doing this, where he just go Gilded Knights and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna have a lot of Prelates to heal, and I really don't care about your counter unit. I'm just gonna have mass Prelates. It's basically pray to win, you know? Have a lot of Prelates to heal the units. And indeed, we see herbal medicine being researched. 60% heal rate for those priests. Looks like the knight will have to retreat. It's not much for the Gilded Knight. We already have 4 Gilded Knights already. Look at this. He's gonna go home. He's gonna get healed. It's like, you know, therapy. It's like, it's okay, dude. Nothing happened. There you go. Back to 400 health again. Oh, I really want to try this. It's like mass Gilded Knights, mass Scholars. I don't think even Spearman can deal with this. And he's just having the priests here with a couple of Spearmen just in case a knight comes to try to kill any priests. And look at that. He's just fighting. He don't care about the health. He's just gonna fight, and when he's about to die, he's just gonna go home again. It's like this guy. Okay, I'm gonna get therapy. I'm gonna get some. Ooh, God, that was close. And now we see his opponent with a lot of spearmen, forcing the French to go to his main unit counter instead of him going the knights. It's gonna be the Order of the Dragon that goes for the knights in this match. Look at that, this knight already fully healed. Look at that, and they don't care. Look at this fight. The knight is just gonna get healed again, and then it's go back to battle. Brilliant strategy coming from Beastie, healing those units and leveraging the power of the Order of the Dragon just because they have fewer units. So the better you micro them, the more value you have because they cost so much. You don't want to lose them. Look at this horseman returning home. And looks like a big raid is coming here. Looks like these Gilded Knights will try to get something, but they're just gonna go back home. Look at this, only one stable is what it takes. to get control of the map. And there we go, Beastie going for the Palace of Suabia in the back. Let's check out Wam's base. Already on the guild hall, let's check the resources. 1.2k food a minute. He can go Imperial if he wanted. Already have a keep here. Nice wall coming from Wam, but looks like these knights are gonna get inside anyway. Look at those spearmen not doing much damage to those knights. And I feel like at any point Wam can Ace up. As soon as he sees Beastie going into Imperial, he will hit that bottom. Come on. Hit it. There you go. It's the Red Palace. Let's see where he's gonna build it. A little bit of a defensive position here. The Red Palace is gonna be on the back of his base, securing a little bit of gold. Not very... you can put it a little bit forward, but it's gonna be hard. Because the Order of the Dragon already has those knights on the field. Being annoying. Tight Barnes going for Order of the Chat. He's gonna get a lot of resources, sitting with 4 relics. And now he's gonna spot the Red Palace. See if he will try to get some villagers, but looks like he will have to retreat. There is too many spearmen here and not enough knights. So it looks like the Red Palace will go out. It's gonna fight a little bit. You gotta be careful not to lose those knights. Now remember, with the Red Palace, the town centers actually have an upgrade where it have an arbalest. It's like a crossbow that does 40 damage. So basically the town center just becomes kind of like a keep in a way. And we wouldn't be surprised if we see more town centers coming for the French to have more economic advantage and also more defensive structures for his base. Sacred sites gonna be captured, both sides. Look at those Prelates. Oh my god, that's a lot of units. I'm sure we're gonna see this upgrade PT increase the health of Prelates by 40. I mean, I already have 90 health, but it's like plus 40 health for those Priests is quite a lot. Look at those veteran gilded spearmen dealing quite a lot of damage to those normal spearmen. Your average Joes. Look at this. This is a fight you don't want to take because you're fighting against the gilded knights, but they're being healed. And look at this. This knight about to run, but he's gonna get healed. And looks like he's gonna live another day. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. Oh my god. Now we see more town centers going for the French side. Definitely what he needs. Just because your opponent is in Palace of Suabia, which is like kind of like 3.5 town centers. So you gotta, if you don't wanna get behind, you gotta go for more town centers yourself. Sacred site victory approaching. Look at this army. Now elite gilded man-at-arms joining the party. And now we see the French using their knights. For the first time we see so many knights in queue in this matchup. No upgrades whatsoever for the knights, only veterancy. And these are also aren't elite guys, so looks like we're gonna see the Langnech for the Order of the Dragon. Looks like a very strong civilization actually. Might wanna try it out after this. Look at that. Look at those Prelates. How many you have here? 9 Prelates healing that army. And if you think about it, it's easier for you to heal fewer units than it is to heal a mass. Because they just last longer, so they have more chance to live. You see a ton of upgrades going for the Order of the Dragon. Already outposts with cannon emplacements here. Looks like one not gonna be able to decapture the sacred sites. And indeed, it goes down. And looks like this veteran Royal Knight is gonna go down soon because another army is coming here. And look at this charge. It's gonna die in a blink of an eye. Boop. That's it. And now the Prelates go with the Gilded Man-at-Arms, but looks like the town center is gonna be enough to scare those Man-at-Arms. It's gonna be really hard to push into the French base just because of those town centers have the crossbow. Another keep going for Beastie. Probably thinking about going for a Sacred Side victory himself. Elite Army Tactics going for Beastie already. Upgrading those Man-at-Arms. Look at this. 408 health, 36 damage, 7 range armor. And it's not fully upgraded yet. It can have up until 8 range armor. Both melee and range. Quite scary actually. Meanwhile, Guam securing his base. So make sure you don't have... Look at this. This is beautiful. A keep with... How many? All those buildings, actually, they get buffed by the keep. If you don't know about this, the keep would actually increase the speed... sorry, the cost. Decrease the cost that these units cost, basically. So basically everything is cheaper. Like 20% cheaper. That's why you want to lay down your buildings like this, so that you can actually have a lot of resources saved. Like, look at this Royal Knight, 20%, everything 20% cheaper here. This is a beautiful base layout for coming from one. Now we see the cannon going for the French. It's like a bombard, but better. More town centers. Are you already sitting on 3 town centers? Yeah, 3 town centers going for the French. That should be enough to catch up with the Holy Roman Empire. Meanwhile, Sacred Victory approaching. We're on 6 minutes. Another keep going here in the middle. Another keep already here in the left. Looks like it's gonna be really hard for one to contest those sacred sites. Especially because your Red Palace is such in a defensive position where you cannot do any damage unless your opponent goes this way. And you can easily ignore the Red Palace by going into the west side of the map. So this Red Palace is not gonna help you to push into those sacred sites. Looks like BC already decided to change. It's not gonna be the Gilded Knight only challenge. It's gonna be the Landage and the Man-at-Arms, along with some priest. A classic pray to win strategy. Going for the priest, healing all those units. Look at the destroy value for one. Not actually very high. Just because he cannot manage to kill the units. As soon as they get low HP, he managed to heal them. It's a really tricky situation. Already another town center here to put the emergency repairs ready to be pressed as soon as this keep is gonna go down. Unfortunately, there is not enough knights for one here. And look at this, 83 military for the Order of the Dragon. This is really scary. This is a really scary army. Oh, look at that here. Now this is an army that won't do much. It's only... looks like he thought like the sacred site was gonna be like empty, like there's wasn't going to be anyone here. It's like this outpost is just gonna go down. Let's take a look at Wam's vision. He's inside his base. He already sees it coming. And looks like Beastie, it's going for it. It's gonna be a lot of Lagnage. A couple, like 4 Gilded Knights and a lot of Man-at-Arms. Now the problem with not putting the Red Palace in the front is that these units are gonna block you from getting this resource here. You're already running out of gold. You can see the gold income for one, not really the best. He needs to protect those cannons at whatever the cost. It's gonna be hard because you already have 2 units with cannon emplacements. So you're gonna need to take down 2 buildings instead of 1. See, unique upgrade for the Holy Roman Empire. Sorry, I mean the Order of the Dragon. Guild Spearman Torches deal area of effect damage. But we don't have much Spearman going here. Maybe he will try in the future. Elite Spearman going out for Order of the Dragon too. Just in case he sees a lot of knights. But his opponent actually having a really decent number of Albertier. These units are really good. Platform range armor. But the problem is that they do have a decent number of melee armor. And let's see, it looks like these crossbows are gonna be the answer that WAM needed. A mass of crossbows actually forcing Beastie to go back. But unfortunately this gold may get contested by Beastie too. Crossbows doing a really good fight here. Numbers for Beastie looking solid at the moment. Look at this priest, sneaky priest, killing everyone. Crossbows still managing to deal a decent amount of damage. Beastie's mass is decreasing over and over, but also is the crossbows mass for one. Crossbows are gonna... Looks like there are not enough crossbows here to deal with those units, and but with enough micro, he should be able to deal with this. Let's go back to see the stats. 90 military units here, and looks like Beastie are ready here on the base with those man-at-arms. Crossbow mass actually doing a really good job, but it's not gonna be enough. And Beastie wins this match.